Are my top tips for eating, making sure that you're taking care of your own nutrition when you have your world turned upside down with a newborn baby in the household. So the first thing would be just to eat when you're hungry. You don't have to be so focused on having 3 meals a day. If routine is something that is taking a while to establish, just listen to your body, get in tune with your body. And if you are feeling hungry, if you are feeling like you need something to eat and need a little pick-me-up, listen to those cues. It may not be an appropriate time for breakfast in a normal world. It may be the middle of the night and you're up with night feeds, but if that's when you are feeling hungry, give yourself the nutrition that your body is telling you it wants at that time. So it may be a case of just having lots of accessible snacks around and about the house, on your bedside table if you are finding that you are waking up in the night and you are hungry as you're doing those milk feeds. Eat when your body is telling you that you need to eat. The other thing is that you don't have to necessarily worry about having huge, great sit-down meals with the rest of the family. Sometimes that just doesn't work and it's not practical when you've got a newborn baby. A lot of the time you might have to be eating with one hand. So actually it's fine as you are settling into this new role with your very demanding newborn, it's fine to just snack more often. If you think about the variety of different things that you can get through snacks, there are still lots of those food groups that you can cover with snacks. And there will be some snack ideas on the menu planners and in the recipes on the website that you can go and download. Meals, again, they don't have to be really big, substantial meals. We're not talking about sitting down and having a risotto or a lasagna or a roast dinner. Something like an omelette, which can be much quicker and easier to prepare, and quick to eat as well. Those kind of things are still really nutritious and really balanced. So don't think about kind of putting yourself out by cooking big, monstrous meals. Having things like a jacket potato, poached egg on toast, cheese and beans on toast, even kind of peanut butter and banana sandwiches, you are still covering a lot of the main food groups that are important in terms of nutrition. So don't feel like you've not done well with your food, that you're not eating properly if you are just grabbing kind of smaller meals but more frequently throughout the day. The key thing is to just eat when you're hungry, and make sure that it's kind of practical things that perhaps you can prepare quickly and eat with one hand. On that note, I would also say to focus on kind of nutrients rather than meal times or calories. Trying to kind of think about dieting, trying to think about weight loss at this point is probably not practical and not appropriate. The best thing that you can do for your body and for your health and for your newborn baby is to focus on the 4 main food groups and focus on the nutrients that you are giving your body to make sure that you are getting a balance. And if you are doing all of those things, and you are getting some regular exercise, that's the best thing that you can do for your health. The other thing that can be quite helpful is that you will probably be finding this already. When you have a newborn baby, everybody wants to bring you cake, or you go out a lot for cake, coffee and cake with friends, and that's fine. Cake is a helpful part of newborn life, so don't beat yourself up about having lots of cake at this point if that's what you feel you want to do. But equally, if you find that actually that's not particularly helpful and that your house is full of cakes and you don't need any more, don't be afraid to say to family and friends, actually, please don't bring cake, perhaps bring us a meal for the freezer. If friends are coming to visit or family are coming to visit and they're asking you if you need anything, don't be afraid to say, yes, actually, some food to put in the freezer for our dinner next week when we might need it would be really, really helpful. And generally you will find that friends and family want to be able to help you. So if that's something that they can do, then they'll be quite happy to oblige. And my final top tip is to try and make sure that, as well as thinking about the food, you are staying hydrated as well. So making sure that you have access to drinks around the house. Water is obviously really good for staying hydrated, but also fruit juices or smoothies or milk if you prefer something a bit more substantial than water. But it's quite a good idea to maybe fill up a jug or fill up a bottle of water that you can carry around with you if you're out and about, or have drinks strategically placed around the house. house. So on your bedside table, have one in the kitchen, have one in the lounge, have one next to the chair that you normally sit and do all the feeds in, because once you have a baby in your arms, it's very difficult to then get up and worry about unsettling them if you need to get up and have a drink. And the other thing you can do if you want to make the water a little bit more interesting is add things in to flavour it. So slice some cucumber, some lemons, put some frozen berries in there just to add a little bit of flavour and make it a little bit more interesting for you to drink. And straws are a good one too. So particularly if you're kind of in bed and you've got a glass of water, it's easier to drink it from a straw rather than to risk tipping it up and pouring water over baby's head. And that's my top tip.